Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗃. Thank you for coming. And to all the subscribers, always thank you for the love, the support, the encouragement. It always means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Well, today I have some pretty good news, and that is me, myself, and my colleague, my friend Esther. We got an opportunity to be invited at one of the best podcasts in Africa or in Uganda, and that is the 𝗙𝗶𝗿𝗀 podcast. And we were so happy about it because it's like we manifested about it. And if you look into our previous videos, we were always kind of talking about them and what they are doing, that we appreciate it and we actually love it. But yeah, we were invited and we got to do some episodes with them. In case you missed them out, please go check them out at 𝗙𝗶𝗿𝗀, and I also put them in the link below. Please go watch them. We were giving some of our experiences in Dubai because me and Esther were once in Dubai before, and we just shared what we experienced. And I hope, actually, when Esther comes in the next episodes, she will give her experience. I just loved the love, the care that I was given. I loved how everyone was so friendly and so free. It was just so amazing. And I just want to thank 𝗗𝗶𝗿𝗀𝗃 for the opportunity. Thank you so much for supporting young African creators. It just means a lot to me, guys. We are new on YouTube. We're not even like that old on the platform, and so it just feels so amazing to be recognized for what we are trying to bring out to the world and speak our minds and speak about the things that we actually think that need to be talked about. I really appreciated it. So please check out the videos, and also if you watch them, tell us what you think about it. Thank you so much. Well, in today's video, this is something that is actually heated up on the internet. And let me tell you, South Africans are something else. We always talk about Nigerians, but then when it comes to South Africans, they are something else in the African continent. You can never say anything about them and they let it slide. They can never do that. So yeah, there is this incident that actually happened on the TikTok side of the internet. What happened is that an African American woman or a Black American woman came on the internet and was actually talking about nice things about a South African artist, and her name is Tyla. Yeah, she has this song, "Make me sweat, make me harder, na 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 na, make me water." I think you guys know that song if you do listen to African music. And one thing that she did that South Africans didn't really appreciate is she called Tyla a Black person and not a colored person, because Tyla identifies herself as a colored because she is from South Africa. And what really happened is the American woman came on the internet back to actually correct the South Africans that she is not colored, she's actually Black. And this is what this lady said, guys. First watch the clip and what the South Africans were trying to say as well, and see where the problem was and where the misunderstanding came from.
I'm loving how Tyla is having a moment right now of her song Water. This song came out earlier this year and is blowing up on TikTok. She's a South African artist and she is only 21 years old. She signed to Epic Records. I'm so happy she's having this moment right now because listen, Black R&B girls, it is hard to get the eyes on them, and she has all eyes on her, and I am so happy.
Y'all really would save yourself so much time if you checked yourself before you post it in the comments. I was gonna say something else, but I say, you know what? This is a miseducation. This is a country barrier difference. Baby, colored is what they call the Black people before we got rights in this country. Tyla is multiracial. That is what she is in American terms. You saying she's colored, not Black, baby, that's why everybody's eating you up right now. Please research before you comment, guys. I'm about to do a whole face routine. That's why I got my towel wrapped around me. But oh my God, please do your research, please.
You really would have saved yourself if you actually took your own advice. You really, really should take your own advice. Because there's a reason that people commented, she is not classified Black in South Africa. Emphasis on South Africa. And not one person commented or two people commented, multiple people commented. But you didn't take it upon yourself to go and research and find out why is it that these people keep on saying the following. Mind you, that colored people are not only in South Africa, they're in Zambia, Namibia, etc. but you didn't even take the time to understand. You were dismissive of a whole group of people and their history. And what I find very interesting about a lot of Americans, do you guys ever factor in or even consider that there are other people outside of America with a history that have to be respected just like yours?
Baby, colored is what they call the black people before we got rights in this country.
Girl, so I like your content generally, but I think I know, we all know, you made a mistake. Personally, I wouldn't want to offend South African TikTok. Seems like you've offended them. They are trying to let you know that colored is literally how they have their own history there. I don't think you should fight tooth and nail to claim anybody black who literally doesn't want to be black and also isn't black. Also, with this narrative of saying oh, colored is what was used in America, so why would they use that term? The term people of color is also a term that has been modified within this American context, within the West, right? But in the day, colored was also for black people. So words change in different meanings. I think it's just best for you to give a sincere apology and just let it go.
Baby, colored is what they call the black people before we got rights in this country.
And baby, the world doesn't revolve around America. We were talking about a South African colored woman. Colored is an ethnicity in South Africa. Just because you guys do something one way in America doesn't mean it's going to be the same way in South Africa. Every time Americans talk about any other country that's not America, you guys sound very ignorant. And you know what's funny? Because you were like, Google is free. Then CC, use it. What are you waiting for? And don't come with this bullshit oh, I was living in Johannesburg. And you learned nothing from living in Johannesburg.
As you've seen the videos, those were South Africans expressing themselves on how or what they feel about the situation. And I kind of understand where they come from because, come on, at the end of the day, I love my American sisters and brothers, but sometime, or most of the time, you need to understand that your history that you have in America is totally different from the history of other black people around the world. You cannot just come on the internet, come on and, try to tell people what colored is and it is in your perspective. You don't know what it is in their perspective. South Africa is a mixed place, so you can't just come on the internet and tell these people that experience and actually call themselves a certain group of people and you want to correct them. It doesn't make sense. You should try to listen at least. You can't just come to a whole country like South Africa and tell them or correct them on how they should prefer a colored person. Because to them, they have a racial group of themselves that is colored. They have the black, they have the whites, and they have the colored people. Sometimes it's kind of confusing to me, but it is what it is in their country. That's where the lines have to be drawn. So I kind of understand where she was coming from. She was just trying to maybe say oh, for us in America, the colored name was what we were before the word black came into existence. But I don't think she was trying to take away that this person refers themselves as colored and they are colored. I don't know if it makes sense, guys. And then the South Africans, where I also understand them, is to them it is a racial group that they have in their country and people identify as one. But then in this day-to-day of 2023, we have to respect actually other people's way of how they identify themselves. In the previous video, I talked about how Somalis don't like to be called black. And I was like, if they don't feel like they are black, the world will teach them and show them on how black they are. Because it is the reality. I think my sisters and brothers in America should understand there is a history away from the American history. Yes, we are all black people, but we all experience our blackness and our way of life differently. We experienced it differently. Yes, there are those similarities that we all have that we can never run away from: the skin, the justice system, the health system. Everything on earth kind of not favors us, all of us, as black people. And if these people want to refer themselves as colored, so what? Let them do that because that's who they are in their country. So I kind of try to understand where this American woman was trying to come from. I think she was just trying to explain how it was in America and where colored stands in America and how black stands in America. So as an American person, you need to understand your history or the way you see the world is not the way other black people, other Africans see the world. And I do understand South Africans had to come out and try to teach this lady on how colored is a valid racial group that people actually identify with. And a lot of people came out identifying as I'm colored. There are so many artists, like the Tyla artist, she is a colored person. That's how she identifies herself. And you can't take that history away from the people. You can't take it away from the South Africans. They live it every single day. And then there was a situation where an American woman is actually telling the South Africans to read more. But then I think it should go both ways, because as an American, you should know that history of other people also needs attention. You need to read other people's history. And also when you go on the internet and read about this lady, she clearly identifies herself as colored. Why would you want to change that? Like, come on, come on. So I think we all need to understand ourselves and read each other's history and not just force our own history on everybody else. Like people are saying, Americans think their history is what matters and the rest of the other black people's history doesn't. And I don't want that fight to even start, because it's not even worth it. Like, what is the problem? What is wrong with us having conversations and learning from each other? And if you're wrong, come out and apologize. If people come out to correct you, you just have to acknowledge it and apologize and learn from the people that actually live the situation or live the system. Like, that's what I think is more important. So guys, let me know what you think about this. Is it worth the fight? Yeah, that was it for me today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and please don't forget to go and watch the episodes that me and Esther had on Kenganda. If you would like us to talk about the same experiences, let us know and we'll be sure to bring it out to you raw and nothing filtered. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.